Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Empowering Intuitives Talk Show. I am your host, Reverend Dr. Michelle Walker, and we are live on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. And we have moved into August, and it is the first Thursday of the month. And you know what that means? My good friend Stormy is back with us for readings tonight. Welcome, Stormy. How are you, my dear?
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. And, I think people are really loving that we're coming together and collaborating for readings, because we each come from a different little unique perspective. And it's just, I think it offers the readers or the listeners like really awesome insights. So thanks again for joining. I appreciate you.
That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I wanted to chat. Yeah, me too. I wanted to chat just a little bit about the energies and what I'm getting from people, and you can tell what you're getting from people. And I think right now, so many people are struggling with things that are coming up for them to process and to deal with. And this is such a wonderful time. If you were a person that maybe didn't know how to cope, or didn't have really good coping skills, and we tend to run from things or stuff it and not deal with it, that's not going to cut it anymore. We have to actually start to face it, sit with it, and learn that we're safe and we're supported, and then work through things. So this has been a repeating pattern for the past, a couple months or so. Most of the year, actually, people really are struggling with that, and how intense it can be, on top of, just day-to-day life and how intense it's been coming. So, here at Empowered Wellness, we try to elevate and educate. So there's lots of tools and tricks that we can offer that maybe can help you balance in the world today. But trust and know you're not alone. It is not a single journey. We are all in this together, and we're rocking and rolling with the energies. Stormy, what are you seeing with your clients? How's this all affecting them?
I've noticed that a lot of people's emotions are really amplified right now. So be aware of that. Prioritize those the same way that you prioritize your to-do lists and your finances and things like that. So, there's some important questions you can ask yourself when you sort these things out. Is this even going to matter 5 years from now? You know what I mean? And let some things go. Let them go and surrender, give it up to God or whatever you believe in, and keep going, because a lot of things are amplified right now. It's the energy is really strong, and it's a really high vibe. I notice a lot of people are expressing to me that they haven't been able to sleep.
Well, your sleep, that really affects just how you function.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But at least rest, and make sure you get lots of water, because these emotions are not going to go away. They're here to get, for us to face, like she said, and release. If you can fix it, fix it. If you can't, let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let the past be in the past. I've noticed that a lot of people's gifts are waking up too. And we're all in a place where we've never been before. So we have new gifts coming out. I mean, your clairaudience, clairvoyance, all of that could be on to the point where you're like, whoa, wait, what was that? You know what I mean? I never heard that or had that experience before. So just trust the process, stay grounded, not just in your body. Like, look around you for protection. Like, who's your friend circle? Who's there to ground you in your life? Ground your finances, ground every part of you. So it's all different levels that we've been paying attention to right now. So while you can't sleep at night, get busy doing other stuff.
Well, it's funny, because I pulled a card for us for the week, and it's a unity card, and it talks about doing the right things for the right reasons. And, and it also talks about compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works better for you. And this is just total alignment with what you were saying. And spiritually minded community. And I think that this is really important, because as our gifts are waking up, as we are venturing into the new frontier here, it is very important to seek out like-minded, the spiritual community. Seek out mentors that ask spirit to bring them to you. Because right now, more than ever, developmental circles are really important. Getting your hands on really good tools and taking workshops and reading books and things like this. There's so many things that can help you on the journey and save you years. Like Stormy, you and I, we took our long way around hard road in this journey years ago. And now it's a lot easier for people to awaken their gifts and to really integrate and get it at an amplified speed. So, I encourage you to myself, to other people, other mediums, other intuitive and other healers, and save yourself a lot of the struggle and, learn from people that have already gone through what you've gone through. That's saved me. Once I wised up to that, it saved me a lot of hardship. So, I'm just going to encourage you guys all to do that. So, you ready for a caller, Stormy? We have Ginger.
Yeah, let's do it.
We have Ginger in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Hi, Ginger. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Wonderful. Well, welcome. Thanks for calling in. So, my dear, did you have an area that you would like us to look at for you?
Let me see. The next couple of months.
Okay. All right. Let's see what Spirit has to say about the next couple of months. So this is interesting. I pulled a fairy card, and this is the Prince of Spring. It says immediate action is needed. You may be feeling very restless, a challenge you can successfully manage. And I like this card because they want you not to, this is not the time to pick your 5-year plan and think you're going to accomplish it all this week. This is where they're talking about set yourself up for success. Pick little projects, little goals, and work and put your energy and your intention towards that. And this is also says about a passionate relationship. So I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, but I feel like whether it's with somebody else or with yourself, it's so important to love you and remember that you can't truly be in another relationship and be completely present if you aren't completely present with yourself. And so a lot of people, if they are in a relationship, want the other person to fulfill them, or make them feel complete, or these kind of things. And Spirit is just giving you a reminder that when you feel those things within yourself, you can come from a different perspective with a partner. And it's a more equal, supporting, loving, nurturing role versus codependency and things like this. Does this seem to make any sense to you?
Yes, it does.
So Spirit is.
Are you a medium also?
I am, yes.
Could we look into that?
Okay, well, what they're just saying right now is that it's very important. There's a lot of stuff coming up, and I do feel like is your mother in Spirit?
Yes.
I feel mom energy coming forward, and she's talking about you haven't forgiven yourself and or healed completely since she's left this earth plane. And she wants you to know that she wasn't ready to go, but part of her was, if that makes sense. She misses not being here for you, but she was ready to leave the physical body.
Yeah, I think she was.
And she wants you to know there was nothing that was going to change that. There was nothing that you were going to say or do. And she doesn't want you having guilt. So I don't know if was she suffering from a long illness, because she's talking about as she got sicker, she's saying about.
She had Alzheimer's.
Okay. So she's saying like you have a lot of guilt about that. As she declined, you felt like you were letting her down, and she says you've never let her down. And so I don't know if you had to place her in a home or something and you had a lot of guilt about that, but she's saying
yeah, that's it.
yeah, she's saying no, please don't feel that. She was not in her right mind. And she says, I was not able to be cared for at home. You did the right thing. And she said, I know
No, yeah,
that
she wasn't.
she goes, I know that it took a lot out of you and you struggled a lot with it, but she's asking that you please forgive. She thanks you for everything that you did for her and you were there with her. And she says, I remember it all, and she is thanking you. So please don't feel bad. And she's just asking you to mind your diet, because I don't know if you're an emotional eater, but she's talking about you kind of like are not doing
Yes,
good
I
with
am.
So she's calling you out a little bit on it.
Yeah, yep, she does. I'm on a diet right now, so yeah, she knows.
Okay, so
I'm an emotional eater.
So there you go. So that's just your proof that mom is still with you. She is well aware of what's going on in your life now since she's left the earth plane. And she wants you to know that she's not going anywhere. She's going to continue to guide you from the other side. And you do know when she comes around. She makes her presence known. And I don't know if you smell a perfume, but there's a definite fragrance of some kind when you feel she's around. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
She says, that's me, and I'll continue to let you know. I will not be leaving you. Okay. So she sends lots of love, and she just asks that you take better care of yourself. Okay.
Yes, I'm starting to.
Very good. Stormy, take it away, my dear. What did you pick up for her?
She knows what she wants now, and it's victory. Now that you know what you want, go for it, get it. Things that you've been holding into yourself. What you're eating at night might have been part of the reason why you were having those dreams not too long ago. As far as the lovers go, it seems to me like there's choice. One King of Wands, these flashes, whatever. And the other one is the Knight of Pentacles. And that knight he's the slowest knight in the deck, but he's the only one that's going to cross the finish line too. So there you go. So, maybe you've been juggling two finances, whatever, all these choices in your life. Yeah. One's going to be a battle. One's going to be a little bit more steady, slow and steady. So, that's your choice.
Okay.
You're wrapping up a lot of cycles in your life. A lot of things are getting ready to change. When things end, they're ready to begin. So, let some things go and keep on moving. Yeah. That's what I got.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I hope that helps.
Thank you so much for calling in. We wish you all the best. Trust mom is with you and watching over.
All right.
you.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.
Carol, I got to say, that's one of my favorite things is when loved ones come forward and they offer that validation of what it was like when they were here and that they're still watching and still trying to give guidance. It's just, it's just so beautiful that
They are.
their personalities shine through and they really are still connected, very much so to us, even when they're on the other side. And it doesn't matter how many years on the earth plane go by. Time doesn't matter over there, So when you think of your loved one, you call them closer to you. It's a push-pull kind of thing. And if you want to listen to your loved one on the other side, invite them in. Just say, hey, grandma, how are you? I miss you. Let me know you're around, and invite them to come in, and give a sign that only you will understand. Like we try to be like a little clever about it, right? Like there's
don't be scared when they come.
Right.
Like, I heard a voice or someone knocked on the wall.
For sure. Yeah. And that's true because sometimes even, I've been a medium my whole life, but sometimes when spirit pops in, it still startles me. So that's normal, especially when I'm driving. Pop right in the passenger seat. I'm like, whoa, okay, well, hello.
Hello.
All right. We have another caller. We have
Alicia
in Charleston, South Carolina. Hi, Alicia. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
We're doing wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in tonight. Is there an area you would like us to look at?
Yes, parenthood with my daughter and her father, with me and him. How would the connection be with his daughter? Because we got reconnected. He had never met her. We had a bad situation earlier in life, and she's 15 now. So it's a long, bad story, but we have some good connection, which is a miracle to me. And I'm just wanting to know how will it turn out with him having a relationship with me and her.
So the card that the fairies pulled here was the Five of Spring, and it's talking about opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, and overly ambitious people. And what I get is slow and steady wins the race, and that it's really important that mindfulness be associated with all communication. So, you know, it's like sometimes in the beginning with the reconnection, it may be all this positive, and then it's like the newness of a relationship is always wonderful until you settle into it, and then you start to see the differences. And differences are not a bad thing. Differences can be a wonderful thing. But when it comes head to head, when there is some serious underlying fundamental discrepancies on the way things should be, you're going to have to set up and we can agree to disagree. We need to find that neutral zone. So just keep that in mind as things progress forward. And open communication is the goal. And even if you disagree with Dad about how things are to be, still remain respectful, still say, okay, this isn't working. You want it this way, I want it this way. What's going to be a neutral place? And you're going to have to communicate. And that's a challenge when you both want what you want. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. And that's the hard thing, because he's like a stranger, because he's never met her, because we had a bad relationship. Things was bad between us.
Right.
And a lot of bad things happened, which I can't state, but it's kind of hard. I can't just let her go with him, because they got to get to meet. I got to know his location. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just let her go,
So
because I don't know where he's living and all that stuff.
You're going to have to ease into it, and you're going to have some family time, if you will. So for example, instead of just handing her off and just go, maybe you go to a park and you all spend the day together, and maybe you step
Right,
back
and
a
that's
little
what I
bit.
was saying to him. I said I want to have public events, but it hasn't happened yet. He gave me an address to bring her, but I don't feel it's comfortable to just let her go to a house to meet her brothers, because I don't know if that's really the location. I said, let's keep it in public place, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Right. But this is what Spirit is telling me. You have to check your tone of voice, because you're getting frustrated with it and it comes off that way. And you two feed off of each other very easily, and it can spiral into a negative very easily. So what you have to say is, I want you to have a relationship as well, but we're going to have to go about this in the slow way. So I want to make it happen. Let's set a time and let's spend 2 hours this day getting to know. And then we can set up another day and spend a little bit more time. You're going to say, I want this to happen too, but you have to ease into it. And if he refuses, then maybe you need to get some other, it's all, Spirit's saying it's all in how you handle this, whether you're going to just set him off and he sets you off, and nothing good comes from that. So it is about being more respectful and knowing that you're not going to agree. This is going to be, you have to give some give and take too here. So you might have it set in one way, and maybe there needs to be a third party that gets involved in you two, and you're out of it, and somebody else that you trust could be in it. I feel like you have to really assess your role in the situation, okay? And but I do see long term. I do see long term that there is a relationship, but the more, it's almost like he wants it because you're fighting more. And once he has it, how's that going to go? Is he going to like lose interest over a little bit of time? And I feel like that may happen. So steady as you go, slow and steady as you move forward, okay? And just
as
hope
far as me and him, is that totally a done thing?
Put the positive emotion around it. You're spinning a lot of negative, and that's just amplifying it. Right now, the things that we're saying and doing is magnifying and you're manifesting. So put it out to the universe. I hope that they have a loving relationship. Let's do whatever we can to support it. And obviously taking the necessary steps to be safe. Stormy, what do you have for her?
Right.
Well, at first, reason to celebrate, new love, feelings of love, moving away from the mental stuff, but you haven't healed the broken heart yet. The worst thing that could have happened in your mind is what happened before. You haven't healed that yet. So you're coming to him through a filter of everything, but she doesn't even know the stuff that happened before, but you do. You need to find out the truth about some things, and you will. I say you got to wrap this up so you're not looking into the past, because the more energy you put toward the past, the harder this is going to be for her and her dad. Now, she's not you and you're not her. So you have to kind of step out of it mentally, in your mind, and let them work on a little bit of a relationship, whatever that can be. You got to start all over. It's a brand new day, all over, plant new seeds, new things. I think it's going to take some time. I think there's going to be a lot of choices come up. Help her be strong mentally, because in her mind, you don't know, pull those swords out of her heart, your heart. And, different teenagers feel different ways about absent parents. They do. I have a lot of friends, and my girls had a lot of friends. I raised 3 girls. And the kids, talk to her, talk to your daughter, make sure she's okay. Ask her what she wants, you know what I mean? And then take it from there, because she's 15 now. She might not want to really pursue it, but you want to.
Is that a done deal? Should I stay away from that? Because he's still interested, but he told me the reasons why he would be hesitant, because of things that happened or he felt that took place. Should I stay away from having any love life with him?
You know the answer to that already. I think the Lover's cards are choices like that. I think wait on that one, hold up on that one. It's going to take some time. You need to find out some other things first. But you already know the answer. Your question's your answer sometimes. I don't trust them. Not for that. Not like that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Be friends.
Not yet.
Learn how
Not
to
yet.
be friends again. And really just have each other's back and be respectful. Do not be intimate. Learn to take your time and learn how to deal with each other now without any kind of intimacy, sexual intimacy. But
sorry. Yeah.
Right. So this is a permanent stay away from that area, just friendship.
for now, yes.
Not permanent. For now. For now, it's better. Yeah.
Oh, not yeah, I know not now, because that would definitely not make sense. We got too much stuff that happened, and I still have hands. But for now, of course, take it slow because it's about our daughter. But I'm saying, would it be toxic to get into that later down the road? Is it totally stay away from that?
Well, you can't really answer that because both of you actually have a lot of healing to do before it would be a healthy relationship. So my suggestion would be to get into some kind of counseling and really work on each other individually. And as a couple, both you get any kind of sexual relationship, okay? It's going to take a lot of time. So we wish you all the best with that, my dear. Good luck. And thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. Peace.
So,
wow.
Yeah. No, it's so hard when we have unresolved feelings, and it's super, super important that if you have something like that going on in life, that you really sit with it, heal it, and let it go so you can move forward in a very healthy way. Well, Stormy, thank you again for joining me. It was just wonderful to have you here. And I hope you have an awesome month. We're going to see Stormy the first of every month. Kick it off with her. So thank you so much, beautiful. Contact her at Angel Healings. We're on Facebook. And I hope that you all have a terrific week. See you back here next week. Namaste.